Hello, and welcome back to another paper crafting stream. We are currently doing one of the Enterprise D bridge. Hopefully everyone can hear me and all the equipment's working the way it's supposed to. Little disclaimer, I do have my daughter in the room at the same time. She's doing some crafting of her own. Little daddy-daughter crafting session, I suppose. So yeah, when we were here last time, it started to take a lot more shape than it had before. Doesn't really look like a lot right now, but obviously there's going to be a good amount of detail going in to the picture. We've got the seating that I've already cut out. I was working on the last stream, and we've got the side command consoles that we've done. We will be adding a lot more detail later on, such as the science stations and the L cars and stuff like that. That we'll be putting in at some point. Whether or not it's this stream or the next, I don't know. Yeah, hopefully, I want to try and get this one done to some degree today, if I can. But we'll see how it goes. I figured I've got a Saturday afternoon. We can get this done, hopefully. So, just a little brief catch up. Obviously, we've done this before. Gooner, how are you, mate? Just a quick hello, and how are you, buddy? I'm absolutely fine, mate. How are you? It's been a long time. It's been too long since we've spoken. So we are doing a 10 forward on Sunday, which is slightly different to slightly different time, obviously, to the normal time, but we were out last night and we're out tonight, so we'll be doing 10 forward on Sunday night. If you're available, mate, by all means come and join, and we hope to see you there. If not, that's absolutely fine also. Yeah, what a crap episode 2. It was interesting, really, wasn't it? There's lots to unpack there. I don't really feel that I really gave enough in my review of my thoughts, but it was very un-Star Trek of it. Good place. Am I late? No, mate, you're just on time. What, Gooner? I'm good, thanks. Great. That's great to hear, mate. What time? Well, it'd be normal time. I imagine maybe a little bit earlier, because it's what I refer to as a school night. So, although summer holidays and whatnot, I know people will want to be up for work. Certainly, because I've got 3 British co-hosts, will want to be sort of aiming for about the same time. People want to drop out early. That's absolutely fine as well. As always, I will try, as I need to speak about that again. Yeah, mate. It's not great, is it? It's not great. It had a lot of potential as well, and one of the biggest things is lack of potential. So yeah, I plan to do a 10 forward stream on Sunday night, but normal time, normal stream, breaking everything down just on a different day. Right, so just for some context, I've been doing Papercraft now for a few months, and this is one that we did in a previous stream. We've really got to get it into a frame because it's getting a little bit tatty here and there. But that's fine, and I was really chuffed with how that turned out. I really like it. It's got some presence about it, which is great. It's not perfect. There's loads of things that I probably have done a little bit differently had I had the foresight to do it. But you learn with every picture. I quite like this. I'm going to be doing another one. I'm going to be doing all 5 series, I think. So we've got the Enterprise D here. You probably might just be able to make that out. That's a future project. It's that way around. It's the same style, so it's going to overlay. It's going to be exactly the same style, and I'll do that for all 5 series. Can you increase your volume? It's very low. I can send it up a little bit. It's probably, I'm not talking particularly loud, to be honest with you. Good place. So is the volume okay for everyone else? Just want to determine whether it's a problem for me or it's a problem for Good Place. I don't know. But that's as high as I can put the volume. Stephen Bromby says, "How do DM and chat? How are you, my friend? It's good to have you here while we do some more paper crafting." I think the whole show had potential, but they do what they can to continue to destroy it. The Facebook groups, though, best thing since sliced bread. What a brilliant take on Event Horizon, they say. Yeah, brilliant take on Event Horizon. Brilliant. I thought Event Horizon was brilliant, but hey ho. There is one small problem that I've had with this. This angle here, I think, is it's too diagonal, I suppose you could say. It's not really. I want to see that a little bit more level. The problem is the trace that I did. I've sort of gone out on it all now. It's not an exact copy, which is, I suppose, a good thing. But it's a lot of it's out of place, so it's, I suppose you could call it a unique picture. But I want to try and level that out if we can. This is where it gets a little bit dangerous. This could ruin the whole project. So I have to be very careful. Now, I've managed to lift some of this. I don't know what the condition is behind it, though. I think we may just get away with it. You can hear it peeling, I think. May just get away with it, but I've got to be so gentle. I do not want to go through the picture. So I've got to pick a place which I'm happy, or an angle which I'm happy with, which I think that will about do it. I think if we trim that off, we should be okay. So I've got to be very careful, both with this knife and with the pressure that I'm putting on. The ruler is a bit of a slippy ruler. Right, I'll have to do chores, so see you again soon. Good luck with this DM, and all the best. Good place, and Stephen, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, guys. Gooner, as always, mate, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here, so thank you so much for joining. Nice and gentle. Just going to take this edge off. Nice and gentle. I don't want to go through too many layers here. How's that looking? A little bit more. Oh, very delicate work, this. Oh, I've done it, I think. I've managed it just about. That's a fine cut, that is. Ooh, and it did go into the layer before, but I think I'll accept that as not bad going. That, I think, looks a bit better. Make sure we don't lose these chairs and consoles and stuff. I'll just put them to one side for now. That, I think, looks a lot better. Again, it does sort of look like it's tapered, but in conjunction with the ceiling, I think that works. Thankfully, got all the housework done this morning, so I can relax for the rest of the day. That is the best way to do it. I think we did the same thing today. Got all the jobs out, done and out the way. So aside from, I think we're going out in the evening. Aside from that, pretty much footloose and fancy free. Right, let's take this unwanted bit, and the glue residue isn't actually there, so that's pretty good. I've also bought tacky glue, Anita's PVA tacky glue. It's got a really small aperture, so I'm hoping it's PVA, which means it's going to be a bit wetter. So I'm going to use it on a few test areas. I'm not too happy about having to use PVA, but for some of the smaller air cars stuff with the stations and everything, I think it's probably better, or going to be better for the little details. How deep I'm going into detail, I do not know at this point. There's a lot of little bits and bobs there, and I'm not entirely certain how much I'm going to do yet, or how much detail I'm going to put into it. So, where to go next? Where to go next? I suppose I really should work on the chairs, which are going to be interesting, because right now they're just backing, as you can see. That's the main captain's chair. So probably needs just the slightest trim here. Just to make that headrest a bit more pronounced, a little bit more. That'll do. Lovely. How does it look over the trace? Use this bit of white card just as a backing so I can see. And to be fair, that's not bad going. That's not really bad, is it? So if we cut a different colour to go on the backing of the chairs and the seat of the chair, might give us our angles. We may have to draw a few angles in. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out, but if we at least put the backing in, and even if I need to trace over this bit just to go over, then go over that layer, we should be all right. Let's see what we can do here. Firstly, we've got to get the right colour. I did have another shade here, didn't I? Was that it? Now that's the console colour, isn't it? Because that's the door colour. That's the not the console colour, the backing colour. And it does give a bit of contrast. It's close enough. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it. So let's move that over. So over. So we need to trace around this here. Give a little bit of a pencil sharpen. Yeah, good place. Hopefully the sound has worked itself out now, if you can hear me. It might be better. I don't want to draw on that, do I? I want really help it. I've got a really big bit of card here that I'm not going to be using. That I can actually use as a tracing sheet. It's not bad. Not a bad idea, that. Always thinking. I hate it when the pencil breaks. Just the outline. I can make that line up. That's fine. That's a fine line. And find a corner where we can fit this in. Again, if we make a mistake, there's nothing permanent at the moment. Any time it's permanent is when we stick stuff down. Yeah, we're okay over there, Missy? Yeah. Good. Jolly good. So that is missing that there. actually is missing that line there. It's okay, you can remove the stuff, remove the tracing paper and then relay, because it's not going to be like, massively accurate in the first place anyway. Again, that shape really doesn't look like much, but it will. Hopefully it will all come together. Sorry, quiet concentration going on here. This is a filthy rubber. Dirty, dirty rubber. Oh, you bastard. Creased. That's not good. Oh, damn it. I'll fix that. That's annoying. Huh. What do you know? I think that actually works. Believe it or not, that actually works. Okay. And then see, I'm tempted as well to take, just to prevent the build-up of cards, just to take that layer out there and make it flimsy, but might work. See how we get on. Is everyone okay? Anyway, enjoying your Saturdays or Saturday? Just gonna make it very weak. It's the edge of the scissors, which I don't like doing, but look at that. That's really delicate. Does that work? It kind of does. Kind of does work. Although, it doesn't exactly look even, does it? Be brave. There you go. Looks a bit better. I'm liking the fact that the heat has eased off a little. It feels like summer now, if that makes sense. Warm, breezy, and not intolerable. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a god damn inferno. I know exactly what you're saying there, Stephen. Try and get this flat as quickly as possible. Stuck down as quickly as possible. From my angle, it doesn't look great, but from the camera angle, this one, it actually looks really. It looks like it stands out quite a lot. Once I put some detail in, it might be all right, you know. I am thinking maybe on the bottom of the chairs where the posts are going to be. Thinking of putting darker colour and overlaying it so it creates this line. And like I say, with a bit of detail, and this could be some drawn in detail, it could be black pen. I don't really want to go too much with the black pen. It might be alright, you know. Right, let's do Commander Riker's chair, the first officer's. No, that's Troy's chair. This one, believe it or not, is actually a chair. Doesn't look like it, but it will. I've got to remember to put that lid on the Pritt stick. Pritt. Does that overhang? Let's a quick check here, see if that over. It does. So what we're looking for. I suppose really it doesn't really matter, does it? Does it? If I overhang it, so if I do this line here, this line here, this line down, this line then down, and then across, and then across there, that will create the basic shape. Don't worry about any of the other detail yet. Get our chair in a colour. There. Yeah, 20, I think 22, 23 degrees is comfortable. We are in a fairly modern house, which means we cook. We absolutely cook in the heat, because the house just turns into a furnace. Emma agrees, bless. Yeah, we often go outside to cool down. Again, doesn't look like much, but aha, suddenly becomes a chair. Look. Yeah. I'll get rid of the pencil marks, whilst keeping us as flat as we can. So we can increase it like we did the last one. Watched your video review of episode 2 of Strange New Worlds. DM, love the expression you have in the thumbnails, by the way. Gives a good indication of just how rubbish the show is. Yeah, the thumbnails are the facial expressions I have on my thumbnails. They're pretty much from my review, so I'll port my review video through to the screen grab, or they capture the thing I use to make my thumbnail, the software, and it usually is just an expression that I pull in the video at some point, so I'll find the best one that fits and then go from there. But yeah, thanks for that. It's nice to know it's appreciated. This one's going to be a bit tough to line up because I think I need to just trim it down somewhere. Bit of artistic license here. Yeah, a bit of artistic license there, but yeah, the episode 2. My God, I mean, hasn't Star Trek always been quite tasteful when it came to things like horror? So when you see Sam Kirk get sucked out of the bloody hole. I mean, it was all very Alien Resurrection. They've not come up with anything new there at all. There's nothing original, and that's the thing. They never come up with anything original. Really, really, really grates me. This one's going to be interesting. Take game off. Okay, we'll just make sure that you use little squares. Yeah? Okay, good girl. Right, so I want from this... I need to plan this out a little bit because... yes, I do have a boo-boo, and yes, it's still quite open. It's a little boo-boo. I would say if we run that down to there and then across to there, so we're going to want this to there, and then that up to there, and that down to there, and then really there doesn't matter. So I can just run it anywhere from there, can't I? They don't come up with anything original, mainly because they don't know how or care to, it seems. Yeah, I mean, they're always just coming up with this film meets that film. It's ridiculous. Star Trek meets this. It's like, no. How about you just come up with something original? Don't get me wrong. I'm not exactly Mr. Originality. That's a shame. Oh, actually, we can do it that way, can't we? I'm not exactly Mr. Originality when it comes to making stuff, but I can tell you now, if I'm not in the profession, am I? I'm a hobbyist YouTuber, and I don't really do it for a living. I don't create stuff for a living. I do it as a hobby. As if I was paid for it, I'd be doing my bloody research at least. None of my kids like watching new Star Trek. They're always like, "Oh yeah, we like original Trek." A thumbs up from my daughter. It's so bad when it's like that. We're fans of the show, for crying out loud. And I mean, the amount of times I've been called not a fan because I don't like the new stuff. It's like, you don't like the new stuff, therefore you're not a fan. It's like, that is so juvenile. What are you, in primary school? You can't be a fan if you don't like it. It's got Star Trek in the name. It's like, no. Well, yes, it does, but no. Because you can't just call it Star Trek and expect people to like it. It has to earn its fandom, and it hasn't. Let's just have a double check. How's that? Oh. Yeesh. Ah, that's better. Yeah. Happy with that. What are we thinking? Yeah, because the console is going to cover some of that anyway. It's going to be behind it. So, yeah, happy with that. Yeah. Oh, for God's sake. Done it again. Frustrating. Squeaky. Yeah, we know this iteration of like this Kurtzman Trek crap. We know it's done. We know it's done. There's no way he's getting an extension to his contract. He's absolutely killed the franchise. It's dead, and they need to put it to sleep now for a few years. Figure out what it is Star Trek fans actually want, which, to be fair, isn't that difficult to figure out, really, is it? It's just Star Trek. That's what we want. Stop attacking the fans. That never goes well. There you go. Seats, for the most part, are done. It's a little bit. That's a bit dirty, isn't it? Not ideal, but yeah, that'll do. Okay. Now the chair supports. Now this one is going to have go onto a backing. I'm going to have to chop this one as well, because I don't know whether you can see, but there is the tiniest little bit hanging over there. Let's chop that up. So the supports for the chairs, I'm going to go for a darker grey if I can. I've got one. And what do you know? Darker grey, in fact. Yeah, they're all the same shade. Let's go for the darker grey. Again, we're not using too much. I don't have any of this anywhere else, do I? No. Okay. So, chairs supports. Okay. Just move these over here, out of the way. So I would say being as though I'm done with the tracing for the chair, I'm actually going to take this here for this chair. Take that shape there, and then I'm struggling to see here. Make it that as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Just gonna a lot of work to transfer, that is, because that's very, very small. That one. Is that transferred? Oh my god, that's, you can barely see that. Ooh, that's very small. Not as small as the L cars is going to be, that's for sure. It does swallow up. It actually heats everything up a little bit, but I'm going to stick the light on the camera. There you go, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Makes the camera very warm. In fact, yeah, it's very warm already. But hey, stress it. Let's stress it. Don't go to the end of the scissors. There you go. Not happy with that either. You've got a little bit of fluff there. Okay. Again, this top section won't matter too much as long as it's cut within the lines. That's going onto the back of the chair. Yeah. Briefly considered subbing to Paramount Plus to watch Strange New Worlds to see if it's indeed that terrible, but I much prefer when you watch Nerd as I'll do your breakdown of each episode, more entertaining. Yes, well, as far as I'm aware, so far they haven't said they're unavailable. I need to check with them to make sure that they're still up for it and whatnot. But yeah, should be okay to go on that. That for that one has to be, doesn't it? Did I do it for that one? Yes, because it's that one. So really, it doesn't really matter where it goes as long as it's higher. Obviously not showing at this point. I think I'm gonna have to chop that end off there, chop this off here. It doesn't really matter because it's going on the back, and then the only bit that we're going to glue is this bit here. So let's do that now. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, look, I don't really, I want to try and save people some money in terms of, like, you know, what they choose. There's some great shows on Paramount Plus, but I just, yeah, it's not for me. Not for me. I wouldn't, yeah, no, not for me. It's just not tremendous programming, isn't it? Right, it's this one. I've got two choices with this one because it's going to go. Got this bit here, which overlaps. Now I can overlap the darker stuff, this stuff, that way, or I can chop that off and stick it to the back. So I'm gonna I'm going to chop it off. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop it off. So I'm going to take a tab of that so I can draw a square there. And I want that, that, that line there, that line there, that line there, that line there, and that line there. Yeah, so we want that square. Okay. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Maro Bossa, how are you? You all right, my friend? Good morning, UKDM. 6:56 a.m. in California. You lucky dog. It's 2:57 now here in the afternoon. Time flies when you're having fun. Hope you're well. Oh, very nice. Very nice, young lady. Keep going though, yeah? Good girl. How are you doing, Maro? Are you okay? Just so you know, we are doing 10 forward on Sunday night. Well, I'm going to be doing 10 forward on Sunday night. Hopefully, co-hosts will be there too. I really should double check with them. I'm sure Xell will be up for it. Oh, boy, Moi, how are you? Was in Hong Kong for Anime Con and of sorts last week and saw some people had Papercraft of various characters and cats. Didn't know this was a thing. Is it becoming more popular now? I've no idea, mate. I've no idea. My reason for doing it is, well, I do different types of artwork. I do paintings, drawings and stuff. And I don't know what spurred me to do this. It was the image I did of the bridge, funny enough, ironically enough. Or is this something different? The ones were 3D. Well, yeah, these are 2D ones that I'm doing. It's kind of I did a picture of the bridge. Where is it? What did I do with it? Oh no, it's right down there, isn't it? Thanks, Sam. Ow. Yeah, I did a painting on a canvas of the bridge. And I did that a few months ago now. Well, possibly even last year. And I wasn't happy with it. No, it doesn't look too bad. It's one of those things, you look at it from a distance, it looks fine. And I tried, I didn't like the medium. The canvas was really bad. And the closer you get, the more you see floor-wise. So I also did a family portrait of us in South Park style, and I was going to redo that because obviously the kids have grown up since 2020, 6 years older, and I thought, you know what, I promised a friend of mine that I'd make him a South Park character, and I did. And then I thought, you know what? Why don't we do a live stream on this? Because it's fun, I think, for me to sit here and do, and I can have a chat with people. It doesn't really matter if they, if they stay, go, or anything like that. It's just me chilling out doing some arty stuff. And we actually came up with the really nice one. I don't know, Art Boy Moy, if you've seen it, but this one was the result of another live stream, the Defiant. I'm going to do a load more like this as well. So over the course of a couple of streams, it looks all right. I think it looks okay. It's not bad, but it's just a bit of fun bit of something nice for me to sit and do. Get some peace and quiet, you know. And catch up with the community, because I don't really have a lot of time to stream. Obviously, I work as well, and it's just something nice to do, isn't it? Oh, Marrow, all good. Thanks. My car had yet another issue. Man, you're not having any luck with that thing, are you? The thermostat this time, engine was overheating. I think you'd have a field day with her, mate. Thermostats, such a simple piece of technology that when it goes wrong, it can explode your engine. I've done a few car repairs in my time. I've done a few head gaskets. I've helped change a gearbox. I've not actually done it myself properly. Well, that looks good, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we'll go behind and we'll cut that off. Yeah, I think there. Yeah. If I cut that angle off there. Yeah, I'll do my own brakes and stuff like that, but nowadays it's easier to just take it into a bloody mechanic and get it done that way, because let's make sure that's on straight, because I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to commit to it, but yeah, let's get this in. You can DM as an next Papercraft project. You'd do the Griffin late at night with a flashlight underneath. Griffin. First thing I thought was I thought Peter Griffin, and I was just like, funny. Stop laughing, you. Voices I do are crazy. My daughter thinks I'm crazy. You're crazy. Neat. So being a flat thing, it's kind of like painting an animation cell with varying layers. Yeah, essentially. Yeah, it's fun to do as well, because it gives you a lot of practice for things like position and scale as well. Can't say I'm massively happy with that. But that's where the captain's chair goes. I'm not happy with the angle there. That's going to need to turn, I think, a little bit. Or does it need to go the other way? I think it needs to go the other way, you know. Damn. Okay. Your art that you created, were you self-taught? Did you study drawing and painting? No, mate, I was all self-taught. This is all self-taught. This is years of just practice and perseverance and all of that sort of stuff. The art that I do, I suppose I've got a few of you in now. If you want, I can show you my portfolio, my little portfolio of stuff that I've done in the past. The more recent stuff is elsewhere. But I've got a couple of bits. If you want to see them, put it up in the chat and I'll show you. It's just stuff that I've historically done over the years. Some of it's dated, obviously. But I think I've still got ones that I did back when I was 16. However many years ago that was. 28 years ago. So 30 odd years ago. Yeah, I think about 28. Just got the image of Peter responding to Strange New World shills asking if the show is any good. Peter says, "Who the hell cares?" would be his response. Yeah, it's very sort of shut up, Meg, that sort of thing. Yeah, let me get this. Let me get this third and final chair done, and then I'll show you my portfolio. Keep you hanging, I guess. Well, it's not an official portfolio. It's literally just stuff that I've done over the years, and some of it is really bad. Some of it is it's all right, I suppose. But yeah, I'll show. I've got some Family Guy stuff in there as well that I did as well. So yeah, I'll show you. Right, so the final chair actually doesn't really have much in the way of a support. It literally has the bottom of the chair. So it has. So we'll go to about here. And here, I'll create a diagonal there to secure it to the chair. There, and there. So it's a basic shape because the console, I believe, is going to go over it. Yeah, so it kind of looks a bit like an arrow, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. I'll trim that there. Yeah, let me get this chair done, and I'll take you through some of the stuff that I've done. If you're interested, I know Maro is, so do let me know. I might actually try some Family Guy ones of this because that's quite a cool one to try, isn't it? Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin. Ah, god damn it. Or maybe do Stewie. Oh, Brian, over here. That'd be really funny. What the hell are you doing? Ooh, dropped it. Oh, it's just a shame as they such a shame they survived then. I thought last Clarkson would have said, "Oh no." Anyway, behold the sum of my genius, the best genius in the world. Okay, let's get this cleaned up. Wobble, wobble. Yeah, the detail is it really depends really how much time you want to put into it, because you can go into a lot of detail and how finely you want to do everything. I think that will actually do nicely. About there, do we reckon? Let's get this stuck then. You must have some pretty good plot armor then. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't do it the right way. I thought I'd done it the wrong way then. And again, it doesn't really matter too much about positioning. This is going to sit there. It's going to... Where's my picture gone? Hello, where's my picture gone? There it is. Sort of goes around there, and then the console will go in there anyway. So we'll pull that a little further along, like that. Console will go in there. Yeah, in that corner. Cover most of the chair anyway. Yeah, because it was always going to cover the chair, because that's just depth perception. Yeah. It's just angle. What do we think? Looks okay. I think that looks good. Yeah, happy with that. Shall we stick these down? Stick these down and then I'll show you my portfolio. Let's just get these stuck. Oh. I'm going to go quite close here, about there, maybe. Yeah. There you go. And then I don't want to go all the way to the edge with these. It's not going to be exact. That overlapping sort of over there a little bit. Get that overlapping. Yep. And then that chair. Well, there, because it doesn't really matter, does it? Not too bad there, I guess. I'm going to stick the console down. Have a gap there, and yeah, does that work? Or is that a bit too much? Let's put it there. Layering stuff over stuff here, but that works. What are we thinking? Yeah, I think that works fine. Okay, so UKDM, if you could meet anyone, past or present actor in Trek, who would you choose? And what about production people? Who would you have wanted to meet? Right, I really want to meet Michael and Denise Okuda. All right, I know they're kind of radical leftists, but it doesn't really matter. That's not. I wouldn't talk to them about politics. I would love to talk to them and to pick their brains on how they came about with the designs of the way the ship looked and everything. Michael and Denise Okuda are my heroes. I absolutely love them to bits. Actors, past or present. Well, I've met a couple of Star Trek actors before. Met Connor Trinier, Dominic Keating, and Scott McDonald. I've met them. Met First Officer Rimmer, First Officer Rimmer. I met Rimmer, Chris Barry. That was awesome. I'd like to meet Bill Shatner, but I don't have enough money to go and meet Bill Shatner. I love to have I used to want to have a drink with Patrick Stewart. Not so much nowadays. But yeah. Portfolio. So where do we start? Right. Okay. So these are some of the pictures that I've done. So this I'll try and get the light. In fact, I'll turn the light off. This is a picture of an old acquaintance of mine, an old girlfriend. She died in 2010. Car accident, bless her. So yeah, I've done Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp. That was very rough drawing. That was back in 2010, so that, blimey, 16 years ago. That is Muse Watson from NCIS. The Okudas are so approachable in Vegas every year, just saying they walk around. Oh, bless. Yeah, some of these are NCIS. I did go on a bit of an NCIS binge. Mark Harmon, Michael Weatherly, and then we got Paulie Perrette and the wonderful George Carlin. I did that one around the same time, to be fair. I've done the Joker. Yeah, it was a bit scruffy, that one. David Coulthard, Formula One driver. What else we got here? And Castiel from Supernatural. So that one was a second attempt. No, actually, was that the first? That was the first attempt at Castiel. So that is South Park. That's Family Guy, of course. A lot of the ones that you're going to see are Family Guy. That was a challenging one to do. That was Family Guy. That was freehand, and that was a nightmare to draw. Talk about positions and everything, but there's a little bit of a compilation there. Again, Family Guy. That one, I love that one. That's when the next TNG crew were on the transporter pad and saying, I want a lollipop and stuff like that. It was really really funny. And then you got Chris from Family Guy as well. That one was just something I came up with Resident Evil. I didn't really do much with that. Kenny, the various stages of Kenny, did that when I was 14, I think. Patrick Stewart did that one when I was 14 as well. Yeah, it was a tough one to draw. The Predator, that was probably one of my proudest ones, because that took a few days to draw. Jill from Resident Evil, wasn't too proud of that one. It's a little bit flat, if I'm honest with you, but I like the text that I did. That's cool, and the stars badge. Again, Leon from Resident Evil 2. Again, it's a little bit flat. It's not great, but again, I was quite proud of the logo. Drew Nemesis. I did that on freehand on holiday once. It wasn't too great. I did Solid Snake, Big Boss from Metal Gear. That was really basic. Red Shirt. These were part of a series on Facebook. Someone did them. I decided to just see if I could duplicate them or replicate them. K is for Klingon. That was really funny. This one I'm quite proud of. I did when I was 12, I think. This is obviously the Excelsior class, but that's the Enterprise B, I believe. Side hand, and I drew it with a ruler. Okay, so this is ruler, and if you look closely, you can see all of the neck of the ship. All the lines are drawn. The lines and then the cells in the nacelle sides are drawn. All drawn with a ruler. These are more basic. I decided when on a bit of a Thunderbirds binge. Pretty basic stuff, nothing too special. I designed a card for my wife for anniversary. I never used it, so I put it in my portfolio. Little Wally says, "Happy anniversary. I love you forever." These were when I was much younger. I believe when I was about 12. Again, just really basic stuff, hurdy-gurdy, and little bit of manga. I'm not a massive manga fan. These are more recent. Lara Croft, again, a bit flat, but Jill from Resident Evil. I sort of go in and out of skill. Couple more. Stanley Marvel. Again, not my design. That was just a simple copy. From what I see, the Predator one. Give me the chopper. I thought that was really good. That was an eye that I drew just through practice. Did the cover of Serenity as well. But all pretty basic. Firefly. Again, I was a bit younger back then. Kate from NCIS. Donald Mannard from NCIS. What was his name? Bless. I can't remember his name. He was Ilya Kuryakin in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and he was Ducky in NCIS. Bless him, mate. He passed away recently. Can't remember. Kiefer Sutherland, Jack Bauer. Again, not massively proud of that one. A lot of these were drawn very quickly. Riker, got Riker here. Yeah, pretty basic, pretty scruffy, but it is. Sean Connery, Jerry Ryan one, yeah, not too bad. And another Joker one. I went on a Joker binge, and then Hugh Laurie, his house, and then I did the Jurassic Park logo. That one took me a long time to do. So that's some of them. The larger ones. Stop singing it. You'll get me demonetized, young girl. She's singing the Jurassic Park theme tune. These ones are A3, so they're a little bit bigger, should I say? The A3 ones are really difficult to do because you've got a larger space. You've got to put more detail into them. But so this one was Metal Gear Solid that I did. Ground Zeroes, Big Boss. This one's a little bit more awkward to show you because it's pretty big. I did Buckminster from Ice Age as well. I did that for my son. Yeah, I never put it up on the wall, bless, but I did that. And then I did crikey, where's that one gone? I did start this one. I never finished it. Shawshank Redemption. It was it didn't go very well. I wasn't happy with it. Again, it came out kind of flat. Wasn't able to blend them in, but I don't know. I think that's pretty decent. Morgan Freeman. These are all old now. They're starting to age. X-Men Wolverine or X-Men Origins. I did a cartoon. I had to repair the picture. I did a cartoon versus Hugh Jackman comparison, and then probably one of my proudest ones, not my proudest one, but one of my proudest ones was the Predator, Arnie. That took some doing. That was a passion project of mine because I sat with my mother when I was younger, and she drew Arnold Schwarzenegger. She did it freehand. She was absolutely brilliant. And then I wanted to sort of do my own Predator one. I believe that, well, it's not it. I've got other ones elsewhere, but I don't think I'm going to be able to find them today. I did start one, which was, oh, that's my now eldest son. He is as a baby. I drew that for as a baby. This book is really poor quality. I did start a flat version of the Defiant as well, but the paper quality is shocking, and I couldn't get the finish I wanted. It was a shame because I'd drawn all that freehand, measured everything up, kind of like I did with the Runabout in the other stream. So yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment. I never really finished it because, as you can see, the pencil marks are just awful. But yeah, that was one of them. I don't think I've got any other of my art books out. To be fair, what's this one? I think it's probably just a more Family Guy one. Was this? Oh yeah, I did Jill as manga. Little Miss Big Boobs. I started A Nightmare Before Christmas one for the wife, but again, it was going well, but it didn't really sit well with me. It's a Gollum as well. Don't think there's anything else more relevant in there. Where else would me? Where else would it all be? I did start this one a while back, never finished it. This is going to be an Enterprise one. That's to Paul, obviously. That's Dobby I did with the daughter. Dobby. That was Dobby. Master has given Dobby a sock. That's the Runabout I did on stream, and that's the Enterprise I did while I was on holiday, the NXO one. Very, very intricate drawing. It took me a few days to do that one. This is a relatively new book, so this won't have much in there. I don't think I've got anything else. I'm still here, guys. Just having a look. Oh. Am I allowed to pull this out? Do you reckon it's all going to fall over and embarrass me? Probably. I think this is the last of my books now. Yeah. Oh yeah, I started Rimmer, gave up because again I wasn't happy. I did a car, which I gave up. I give up a lot on drawings. To be fair, I don't really finish them. A lot of them. What's that one? Oh, I did Aladdin, but I didn't finish it. The train one, Deadpool. Again, just really basic drawings. Iron Man. I was quite happy with Iron Man. I was going to do that as a poster. Put Iron Man there and maybe a few other extra bits. I was quite happy with that. Did I frame that one I did of Paul? Or did I just leave that in a book? I'm trying to think now. Oh yeah, I'm going crazy. You're right. But absolute bonkers. That's Maximus from Tangled. I went on a bit of a Disney binge when I got back into drawing. It was nice, simple artwork that I was able to do freehand. So I went on a little bit of a practice binge with that. I think that's it for that one. I don't know where Paul went. I did Paul, the alien Paul.
Oh wait, I think you framed it and it's
Is it on the stairs? No, it's okay. I can look down. Oh, this is some of the stuff I did for my art channel. You will see Boimler, so I do apologise. I just wanted to check the style. That's Bruni from Tangle. Bruni's Frozen, right?
Bruni. Show me.
Bruni. Is that Frozen? Right. Okay, that's for Frozen 2. Okay, it's a bit. Okay. That's Boimler. I'm sorry. I can only apologise. Did Ariel, and Rapunzel, and Crash Bandicoot. That one was fun to draw. These are all on my drawing channel, to be fair, my art channel. Pedro Pascal. I did a colour image of him. Hey from Moana. I've got kids, so it's always nice to do these. Some random Fortnite character. That is my Jill sandwich. Jill Valentine. Kirk. Again, that's on my channel. Tom and Jerry. Don't know whether Tom and Jerry's up yet. Sonic. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. Nice basic one. I started Mario and I gave up doing any more on that one. That was my tester to Paul. From the other thing, I think I've made a framed Paul. According to my daughter, a framed Paul. I did, and framed Rocky as well. I can just pop and get them. That's fine. That's not a problem. And I will continue with the picture, just so you know. I'm not just skimping out doing the picture. Really, to be fair, I think. So that's a collection of some of the artwork that I've done over the years. I've not really done it as much as I should. Hey ho. Don't know whether you can see my Jim Kirk. That's my James Kirk that I did. That's in the background there. There you go. That's Mr. Shatner. Did that 15 years ago. I drew that. Unbelievable.
I know with only one.
No names. Well, try no names, please. The eldest. There's only one. There you go. I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, I got him. Whoa. Yeah, so I framed Paul. So I love that film. I don't know why it's not even like the best Simon Pegg film. I'm not a massive fan of Simon Pegg these days, but I loved drawing that. That was really, really intricate work, and Rocky as well. Drew Rocky. So yeah, that's a majority of it anyway. There's some bits and bobs elsewhere as well. So catch up with the chat. Let's see what we got in the chat. Right. Those are awesome. Oh, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. I'd want to chat to Rick Sternbach, Andy Probert, and Andre Bormanis. Yes, another one. I'll steal that one. Andre Bormanis is bloody amazing. I reckon they'd be cool to talk to as well. Yeah. I also like to talk to Liz Klukowski and see how she went about building that Enterprise D set as well. to Vegas. If I could afford it, I'd love to. Yeah, the newsreaders one is hilarious, by the way. I always thought that was a funny scene with the paddle and everything. Those are awesome, UKDM. What's your favourite medium and tools? Colour, acrylic, pencil. There's one guy you should meet with this talent, Alan Lee. He lives in Dartmoor. Wow, there's a lot of people who do some wonderful artwork. Absolutely love them. I absolutely love the medium. Which one's my favourite? I'd say my least favourite is colour. It's difficult for me to draw. I've done oil paints. So I've done oil paints. Up until recently, there was a video on the channel called Danger Man Paints. I drew a ball cube, or I painted a ball cube. Wasn't great. I did get a bit of criticism for it, so I didn't try that again. I've done some oil paints, some scenery and stuff like that as well. I'd say probably graphite is my favourite art style. I love drawing. The Seth MacFarlane one that I did, Captain Mercer, that's still up on the channel, on this channel. Just look for it on the channel. It's Captain Mercer or Ed Mercer, and I drew him. It's a time lapse, so it's not like a really long stream. It's a time lapse video. It's about 10 minutes long, the entire process. Oh, Enterprise B, nice. Yeah, that was. I was very proud of that. That was. I wanted to frame it. I loved it. Wally, yeah. Auction. Well, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure who would buy it. Yay, Shawshank. Haven't watched the movie, The Shawshank Redemption, mostly because I know the twist. Well, it's still worth watching, even if you know the twist. Prediction drawing is prediction drawing is brilliant. Prediction drawing? You maybe have to elaborate on that one. Would you say you're too harsh on yourself as a critic? Most artists are from a profane that cannot draw. Those are awesome. I appreciate that. I really do. Am I too harsh on myself? Yes. Even my daughter said yes. I am harsh on myself, but I think you need to be to a certain degree. One, you have to stay humble. Personally, using profanity, I'd say this is shit. This is not good. That's me. But you usually say that about halfway through before it's really taken shape. And it keeps you constantly aiming for better. So I think being harsh on yourself is probably a good thing. Too harsh on yourself, no. To the point where you give up, no. No, I'm not harsh on myself in that sense. But I've given up a few times, but that's because I really didn't feel that the work that I was doing was going anywhere. Yeah, again, Stephen, he would recommend a good place. Still watches it. It's great. Yeah, there's more to it than the twist. I don't even care about the twist. Can I get a digital copy of the Gollum drawing? Really? I thought that was a pretty shit one. NXO one is better than Sid Mead drawings. Oh, so cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Steve, and give it a try. Dartmoor. Right, okay, got you. Yeah, lives in Dartmoor. Gonna watch the Signs, but feel like I watched Signs, but feel like Scary Movie franchise spoiled it for me. UKDM, what is freehand or freehand drawing? So freehand is when you don't use this stuff. So when I draw majority of my pictures, I use a framework. You can use a grid drawing for outlining and tracing. For outlining, so you can also trace outlines. So like here, there's not a lot of detail in it. It's simply just a piece of tracing paper. For example, if I wanted to draw the Enterprise, I've lost the next gen tracing I did. There it is. So for the next project, I've obviously traced the Enterprise. You can see it there, and it is literally just an outline. It's for perspective, and then a lot of artists will do this. They will trace the outlines, get the proportions right, make sure everything's correct. Then they'll transfer it onto paper, and then drawing absolute freehand and getting proportion right proportions right is difficult. So it's a great aid. It's not a cheat. It's not. In some ways, it's like stabilizers on a bike for an artist. Really skilled people, the people that are far better than me, can draw freehand and be absolute, and just simply just sit there drawing. I can't do that yet. I'm not at that level in terms of like things like starships. But in a lot of cases, my artwork with the people, I have a framework and I work from that. With Ed Mercer was freehand. If you go and watch that video, it is on the channel. It's freehand. There's someone at my door. Who on earth? I don't know. Oh, probably someone wanting to collect something. I don't know. Never mind. Let's just move on, shall we? Yeah, so what was I saying? Ed Mercer, yeah, he's freehand. That was a challenge, a real tough one. So that's what freehand is. I would request more time with your artwork, please. They're brilliant. Oh, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I like doing this sort of stuff. Launching a channel, it's not going to work. You'd go to Gruyera's and visit the HR Geiger Museum. One of my biggest inspirations. Now, I don't remember. This was so long ago. Oh, this must have been about 20 years ago, 18 to 20 years ago. I had a friend called Anne, and she was a character. She was a great individual, but she was incredibly talented. And somewhere, don't ask where, but somewhere I've got a picture of hers that she did of a Geiger alien. Yeah, and it was probably the best drawing I'd ever seen. Hands down, she was an incredible artist. I don't know what happened to her. We fell out of touch. And we weren't like friends. She was a friend of a friend. So yeah, HR Geiger stuff is incredible. Oh, that's Paul. Yeah. I loved doing that picture. Alan Lee is the Oscar-winning conceptual artist who drew all the Lord of the Rings movie and Tolkien books. He's awesome to talk to. Wow. Yeah, I'd love to meet Alan Lee and John Howe, a brilliant artist. Yeah, Predator drawing is brilliant. Mobile typo. Predictor. Yeah, Predator. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, it's or is that the Predator one or the Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator one? Either way, Shawshank is my favorite film next to Blade Runner and the Back to the Future trilogy. Love those films. Geiger was famous because all his art is freehand, never outlined before. It's remarkable. You'd love the visit. Remember the drawing of refit NCC-1701. Geiger did all his drawings with airbrush. Did you ever try? From his documentary, looks super difficult. Airbrushing again is very. It's not very practical. It's like painting. Okay, I could set all my art. I've still got all my oil paint stuff, my brushes, my canvases, my Bob Ross paints and all of that sort. I've still got them and they're still in great condition. However, since we moved here, I don't have room for an art studio. This streaming, this area, this is a desk, this 1 meter long, okay, and it's got pretty much everything on it that I use to stream. This is a stairway. This is my bedroom. Me and my wife. My wife's bedroom. We sleep in here. This is my corner. And this is the corner of the house that I have. So there's no room to set up a studio. This is what I've got. Now, if I bring the paint stuff up and start splashing it everywhere, it'll ruin the equipment. It'll be a hell of a lot to get a painting stream going. But drawing-wise, I can do it. So, yeah. Airbrushing, again, it's really messy work. You can do it outside, but we're in England. When are we going to get the weather for that? So I've prattled on a fair bit. I do apologise. I hope you. I know that some people really like those drawings. I hope people who are watching post live like those drawings. And if you did, check out my art channel. It's not on the UKDM name. It's actually called Sharp's ASM Art. Yeah, it's got the picture is like 3 pencils like that. I don't actually think I've got links to it. It's a relatively dead channel, to be fair. There's not really a lot going on there. Let's see if I can pull up the I'll see if I can pull up the YouTube studio for it. Sharps ASM Art. There you go. That's what it's called. Sharps ASM Art. Some of my artworks are up there as well. So, there you go. That's $100 super chat. You just give me $100 super chat. No disrespect, mate, but why? You didn't need to do that. It's $100. A YouTube channel. I'm not allowed to be speechless, but I'm bloody speechless, mate. You did not need to do that. Thank you. Thank you so much. You please, no more. That. Thank you. You really don't need to do that, Mara. You've given too much already. Don't worry, if the Donald keeps at it, it won't be worth that many British pounds. Oh, my friend, you really don't need to do that. But thank you so much. That's incredible. I'm really not worth it. So, but thank you. I don't deserve that kind of generosity, but thank you so much. That's amazing. I need to take a moment. I need a drink. I take it you heard that.
Yep.
Yep. And what do you say to that?
Mango.
You're not getting any of it.
I know, but
Oh, bless you. Wow. Holy crap. Shh, don't tell the wife. Not you. I was talking to you and I said, don't tell mummy. Oh, she's gonna see it. Oh, you're worth a lot more. The time you give is awesome. Oh, mate, stop it. I don't feel that way. I love doing this. And I love that people see value in it. Not a lot of people, but the people that do see value in it, I really care about. So thank you for that. It is great to have people watching what I do. $100 super chat. And just so people know, I don't just take the super chat money and go ha ha ha. That all goes into stuff like this microphone, and cameras and setups and stuff like that. And I bought a pack of lavalier mics, so I've got a pack of lavalier mics as well, so you can try different sound, because I know I'm very consciously aware of the sound is not perfect on my videos. I'm constantly trying to update and change. Mini DM. Oh, she's mini DM number 2. You've already sort of partially met mini DM number 1. I don't give them numbers or anything, but the numbers for today. Isn't that right? Right. So after that, should I do it, Clarkson? After that bombshell. Let's carry on with the picture. Let's see what we can do. Marrow, seriously, you're in trouble. You did not need to do that. Thank you. Right. So there's one more black strip I think I need to put in. Otherwise, we're basically there with the majority of the items on the bridge. It does look something like a bridge. It's not perfect, but no, mini DM number 2, aka micro DM. Micro DM, I like that one. You're not that micro, are you?
No.
No.
What?
You're quite tall. Yeah. Bit that's all. Right, yes, so detail. Now we get to the detail. There are shadows underneath the chairs, but I'm not going for that kind of detail. I don't want to do shadow work really. I've done it in some of the others, and I've done it a little bit here. This you could call shadow work, but that just defines the fact that it's got a back. What are we all thinking to this anyway? Is it any good? I mean, I don't know. It might be all right. Where's my frame? I made a frame for it. God, tell me I've lost the frame. Like I've lost the plot. Oh no, here it is. So I made a frame for it. You want to go down now? Yeah? Okay. Alright, guys, I'm just going to turn this camera off. Just bear with me. Hold on one sec, mini-me. No, that's the wrong one. That one. Okay, you're good to go now. Do you want to step over? You want to leave that here? So maybe you can do it tomorrow or something, yeah? Okay. Alright, pop it.
I'm just going to take the scissors.
They're my scissors.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Right. Hey. He's all. All right. See you later.
Yeah.
Toodles. Right. Where's the? There we go. Bless. I always try and keep my kids off of camera. It just makes sense. Even the one who came onto the stream. Names I don't mind. First names I don't mind. It doesn't really matter. Well, my kids don't share my last name anyway. Right. So yeah, that pops. I think that pops quite well. Obviously, it'll pop a lot better with the detailing that we're going to put in. I still can't believe I'm seeing red on my stream. That was just nuts. Remember, dear mate, if you want to be authentic to TNG, make sure you include the boom mics at the top of the C-stands. I don't have any offcuts that are boom mic shaped. So offcut bag's not got anything in there. Can we just pretend this is a boom mic? Just put that there and yeah, it didn't do very well when they upscaled it. You can see a lot of the flaws. But cool old game retro was the micro machines on games on DOS. Wow, yeah, that's right. But I had the PlayStation version of that, I think. Looks good. Thanks, Marrow. Really awesome. Right, let's get on with it. I'll remove the frame just so I don't accidentally use it. And I've got a damaged piece of black card here, so it's actually quite damaged on the end. So I'm going to use that. Actually, looks like a surface. I was using that for some sort of surface. I'll hold that because do I have some black? Oh, I've got black card. That's the inside of the frame. Excellent. Right. Okay. So there's a black strip here that you might be able to see on the image I've got on there that divides those. I'm not going to do that in color with pen. And I'm just going to cut a strip of this, hopefully straight. Boom. And just like that, we have a strip. It is a little bit wonky. Oh, that's, mind you, if I put it there and cut it down, shouldn't actually look too bad. Do you prefer to draw people, landscapes, or technical drawings? Technical drawings are fun. They're easy because all you're doing is following lines and they don't tend to curve. People's faces are easy to plan out, to draw out. I think that goes about there. They're easy to plan out. They're not easy to shade. Shading is one of my weak points, I would say. Blending, shading, stuff like that. But I do prefer technical drawings. I've got an engineer's eye because I've spent a lot of time working in engineering and vehicle manufacturing and stuff like that. So I do have an engineer's eye, which makes it very difficult to do landscapes. There was one, I've taken some classes in terms of painting classes. Bob Ross trained instructor. She was brilliant. But she did say to me, you really got to get, if you're going to do landscapes, you really need to get out of this engineer's eye stuff that you've got. So I do prefer the technical drawings. Stuff like this is just fun. It takes me back to being a kid. But I absolutely love it. Right, we're going to do some LCARS stuff because I feel like I need to put some detail in the background. We need to divide this up really, don't we? How many stations have we got? 4 complete ones and 5 at the back. So let's see. There are 5 stations, and they're divided up roughly. How do I divide them up? I'm going to draw in white pen to divide them up just to get an idea of scale, because the only way you can highlight on black is with white, really, or a light color. So this is where things get a little bit dicey because where are they? Where they go? Here they go. Because I do have white pens somewhere. Where did I put all my white pens? It's a white biro. I'm not really keen on biro. Oh, yeah, I don't want to be touching that. Yeah, I'm not keen on biro because it doesn't always work on all surfaces. Let's grab a bit of card. Sometimes the pens dry out because they're useless. No, that's not working. Just had to find a guy to replace my battery of my BlackBerry Key LE cell phone. Repairman tech whiz are becoming a lost species. Now they just replace and buy a new one. Not on my watch. Marrow, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I'm with you on that one because I mean I've got a repair channel, so I repair anything that breaks in my house. I'll repair it. The only thing I won't repair is TVs. They're just not worth it. There's no sense at all in replacing a TV screen because, one, you have to find a company that's willing to ship them. They're very delicate. And 2, the price of the screen and getting it to you is almost as much as the TV, so you might as well just buy a new one. So screens I won't repair. Phone screens I have repaired previously. Sorry, I just need to listen to a message from my other daughter. Just let me know if she's on the way home. Yeah, there's just no sense in replacing screens. But you know, computer consoles. I've done a few mobile phone repairs. Again, screen replacements aren't that great for phones because, well, they're just not. They're not that great. I've got a paint pen here, but I think the nib's going to be too wide. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Also, where are my pens? Ish kebab. Hey, kebab. Trouble is with white, it's not really an ink. A lot of the time, it's a paint. White is a very difficult colour to get right. I have markers here of all sorts, but white is difficult. Thick markers, thin markers. I could do white strips of paper, but that'd be very, very, very tiny. Itty bitty tiny. That is that a white? That's a white. That's a white. There's a white, a white, a white. Anyone from England will probably get that little reference there. A white, a white, a white. What is a hotspot not? It's not a swimming pool. Right. Yup. Yeah, but that would do. Favourite things to repair: carpentry, plumbing, cars. You could challenge Tim Allen, Tim Taylor in Home Improvement. I love that show. Favourite things to repair: probably carpentry. I'm not very good. Well, I wouldn't say I'm not very good at. I just haven't done an awful lot of it. Plumbing, absolutely not my cup of tea. I did go on a plumbing course when I was younger. Spent a lot of money on it, and it went nowhere. So it was a waste of money in the end, essentially. Okay, hold on. We might be in for a winner here. Let's get the tip moisting in. That's not a bad line, is it? It's actually quite good. You need to put some pressure on, and it may not work all the time. That's not bad. All right, this marker seems to work well. Electronic repairs are good, but again, if I get out of my depth, I ain't going to be able to do much with it, am I? I've done some chip replacements and stuff like that. Console repair is a good one. I like console repair. I've repaired a few consoles in my day. I like to restore things. Restoring stuff is good. I've restored a couple of consoles. Videos are up on the repair channel, I think. But I maintain all my own consoles. So the only one I haven't done yet is the PS5. That's 6 years old now. So I might do it because they'll probably be a dry spot on the APU. But I service and maintain all my own consoles. So I've had my PlayStations apart, Switch I've taken apart, serviced, repaste it every year, depending on how much I use it. If I haven't used my Switch in so long, it won't need repasting. I think it's just been constantly on standby. But yeah, I do enjoy that sort of stuff. Console repair is the one. Let's just do a test with the ruler. On whether or not we can do a line going down, and then whether or not it affects. Just get a little bit on the ruler. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's get some marks in, shall we? Oop. Don't want that leaking. Let's get some marks in and let's do this this backing. So I'm going to say, oh really? Oh yeah, definitely one there. And I'm going to go one roughly about there. Yeah, that's not bad. Not a bad guess, that. It's about there. One about that. Yep. One about that. Yep. And one about there. Lovely. Now we'll do a little bit of measuring on this one. I think. What makes PlayStation better than Xbox? Just curious because I'm a PC Commodore 64 guy. Well, I suppose it's all what you want out of it, I suppose. I've never really liked Xbox. I mean, it's nothing against Xbox in general. I want these to be even. How are they going to be even? It's 11.5 centimeters. And there's 5 lines. Well, actually, doesn't really matter about the last measurement, does it? They need to be 2.5. Yeah. Yeah, that works. If I go 2.5, that's 5, that's 7.5, and 10. So let's do that then. Let's go 2.5. And spread them out. We can determine where to go with them. Not a problem. And then 7.5. And then 10. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So there needs to be a separation here. Let's do a perspective thing. I would say probably about there. PlayStation, for me, I've always been a PlayStation guy. I enjoy playing PlayStation. I'm not going to lie. The PS5 for me is probably one of the greatest consoles, and it's certainly one of the greatest controllers you can get. The haptic feedback on that is amazing. I didn't do anything. Press harder, but not too hard. There you go, a little bit of highlight there. Ooh, that was dicey. And we'll wait for that to dry. We must wait for it to dry. And then we go down here. With me, consoles never really mattered as much as the games that you could play on them. And the licenses you can get. See, I own an Xbox One. Oh, come on. Why aren't you working? Yeah, I own an Xbox One. And I like the Xbox in some ways, but it was only ever the licenses that they had for the games that I really paid attention to. You know, I absolutely adored my GameCube when I had that. Come on. Yeah, I adored my GameCube. Still do. Still think it's an absolute powerhouse. I still play it every now and then. N64 was brilliant. Mega Drive, Mega Drive. But yeah, I like the PlayStation. It's I'm kind of a little bit of a fanatic. That didn't work. Shit. A bit too wide. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it at that. In terms of the highlighting. UKDM, the original bridge of the NCC would be awesome as Papercraft as all the colours and buttons the consoles. Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. May do just... wouldn't it be nice if... And again, you can do the same thing with the Defiant. Wouldn't it be nice if we did it in a series where we have the Papercraft Defiant and then the Defiant bridge, the Papercraft Enterprise D, which I'm going to do next, and the Enterprise D bridge, and do all the ships from the 5 series. What do you say? Just do that as a series, yeah. I think that would be great. Now with the displays, I've got two choices. One's a cop out. I'll warn you, one's a cop out. The cop out is that we have the displays powered down, just the one lines, or we go for full color display, which is going to take ages, by the way. Or I get some different colored paint pens and paint it all in, because I've got paint pens. I can do it. I think instead of cutting card, because that's going to make a right mess, if I draw it on and I draw all the detail on now, what do we think? Because I'm sorry, but in order to papercraft the L cars, yeah, it would have to be, bear in mind, that's the edge of my now dirty finger. It would be smaller than that. And cutting it with a knife or a pair of scissors would be absolute madness. And sticking it down would be so messy. So I'm thinking of just using paint pens. Paint pens, as I've left the lid off my bloody Pritt stick again. Oh, I'm so useless. I would say that's probably better. I'd go for paint. Yeah, so would I. Sorry, just checking something. Oh my word. Really? 5 messages? Just bear with me one sec. Right, sorry about that. It's just, kids are out everywhere. I just have to make sure they're okay. My wife's on it, obviously, as well. Right, okay. Pens. We have to figure out what shows up and what don't. Okay, what's going to work and what isn't going to work. Now I know that this is going to work on the cardboard, but on the softer cardboard, it's going to spread very quickly. I know that these are probably my best option right now. They are brush pens, and they're very cheap and nasty, but they're all right. Oh my word! Apparently, my sound is still on. I have to do a sound test every now and then. So these are the pens, and they'll have the spectrum of colours that I need. That's just gone on there. Get back here. They'll have some of the spectrum that I need. If I get all them out, we'll test them and see how they work. If they do work, I'm just going to have to do a few practice passes on a separate bit of black card, which, funnily enough, I've got the tester card there, so that will work. Yeah. Okay. Crawford and Black, very cheap, generic brush pens, but let's see what kind of effect we can get with them. Yeah, let's do red. See if red shows up. We got a problem. That's not showing up. On black card, that's not showing up at all. Yeah, it's not showing up. Damn. Markers. Paint markers. Do I have paint? I've got paint markers somewhere, haven't I? I'm sure I do. Acrylic Dual tip acrylic markers. Okay, so these are something a little bit different. Let's see if these work on black card. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Sod the cheap stuff. We'll go for the Amazon special. I can go back. I knew I had some. So that shows up. That's great. Acrylic pens, fantastic. Right, now we've got to think of a colour scheme. Green, I'm reluctant. But LCAR's displays, they're clean. Yeah, do they have green? I know they got yellow, so we'll get yellow out. A bright yellow. I know they got blue as well, so we'll go for a blue. I might be able to get away with green. Red, definitely red. A nice bright red that kind of looks a bit orange. I'm thinking purple. Let's go for purple. If I'm going to go green, I'll probably go that green. Yeah. LCAR's colours. I should know this off by heart, but sorry guys, I'm going to have to do a bit of a search here. LCAR's colours. Let's do LCAR's colour guide. There's actually a site called thelcars.com. That's brilliant. Whoa, that is gorgeous. Right, let's go. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so we're looking at a red, a yellow, blue, maybe a beige. No green. And I suppose it depends on the series, but I would say purple's definitely one. Maybe a lighter purple. Yeah. And then, yeah. So I'd go with the yellow backing. But I suppose we can alternate, can't we? This is going to be interesting. I'll do a few tests. Any greens? I mean, to be fair, if we go classic colours, yeah, we've got orange, mauve, red, lilac, blue, Nemesis, you've got green. Picard, mainly blue and orange. Picard pads. Lower decks, we'll stay away from lower decks. That looks awful. Voyager's got quite a lot of different LCAR's colours. So let's see how we get on. We'll do one, and I can always lay a card over it. But we'll do one. We'll see how we get on. So if I'm going to do... Should we get an orange? Let's just get an orange out. Sorry if I'm slamming stuff about. I do apologise. Orange. Okay. I'll leave the green. We'll leave the green out. I want to do the green. So we've got pens. Oh yeah. Okay. That's good. Don't go anywhere. We'll go for maybe a blue display there. Yeah. Back to the orange. A bit of a tester. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. That's the paint side. Yellow. Again, it's not anything too detailed. I'll do just some curvy arcs. How's that look? Does that look good? I mean, I think that looks all right. Maybe. Let me know how that looks. I don't know. I think that looks all right. I think that'll translate quite well. Doesn't have to be anything, like I say, spectacular. We're not going for screen accurate. It's literally just a bit of detail. What do you think? I can probably stream for about another 45 minutes because we are going out later and I do have to get ready. 45 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I'm going to do. Yeah, let's just go for it. We'll use the felt tip side of it. First things first, though, I'm going to get rid of this pencil. Oh, balls. No, don't transfer over, will you? Don't be a douche. Don't be a douche. Pen is now cool. Right. So you paint, repair everything, collect antiques. Antiques. Well, I wouldn't call them antiques, more collectibles. Love technical drawings, engineering. Is UKDM the real world equivalent of Pelia?
I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about? I was not on LSD.
I'm going to do lines, different colours on different stations. Because why not? Yep. Lilac. Oh no, not that side. Just dropping for a few minutes. Have been out and about. Hope all is well. Hello, Watch Nerd. $100 from Arabota. Yeah. I nearly cried live on stream. That was unnecessary, but bloody hell was it appreciated. Phenomenal. Nice art supply money. Yeah. And it will go to that sort of thing as well. If people want to see more of this stuff, I will happily accommodate. Because I enjoy doing this. Careful, DM. If you keep talking like Pelia, I'll stick, and you'll sound like it'll stick, and you'll sound like Sour or Granny for the rest of your life.
Yes, we wouldn't want that, would we? I once flew around in a giant box. Telephone box with the doctor.
Let's try and alternate the colours for the lower bars. This is actually not looking too bad. I'm gonna say it's looking all right. It's looking better than I thought it would. Again, not massively screen accurate, but it's just a little bit of creativity, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to do like a big display on here. Let's do a big display there. We can always overlay more paint, different colours, doesn't matter. And then wait for that to dry and then do some red lines up here. Some lilac lines as well. Just alternate the colours, make it as bright as we can. And probably some yellow buttons here. And then what am I missing? I'm going to go with some beige. That's beige. And then we'll do some red down the side as well. Brilliant. And then can you imagine Pelia Gollum crossover movie?
Holy shit, how much LSD have I done? What is that thing?
My precious Pelia. Yeah, no thanks. Okay. Let's do beige. A beige window there. Window. Yeah. Well, it's technically a window, isn't it? Windows 97 running there. And then Try not to be honest, but all the same. Love my ass out all the same. Right, yellow. Do a chart there. Do a wavy sensor line there, and then we'll do orange. One's there, and violet one's there. I'll be honest with you, it's not looking too bad, is it? If it did happen though, how would you be able to tell which one is column and which one is Pellier? Now, is that by the voice, or is that by the looks? No, Carol Kane. Nothing wrong with Carol Kane, apart from everything. In the role of Pellier, the most annoying character in Strange New Worlds. It's amazing how quickly time flies when you're drawing stuff and doing artwork. Yeah, let's go for some blue here. Let's do some. Those look awesome. Yeah, they don't look too bad, do they? I mean, they're a little bit, shocking, but yeah. We fill in the gaps here with some other bits. Dropping stuff. Oh, it's run away. Oh, it's gone horribly wrong. Let's do a crossbar across there, and then oh, I've got an idea for that one actually. I actually got an idea for this one as well. So if we go you crazy cats know what I'm doing yet? Because that's the engineering station. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Give LaForge a little budge. There we go. That is the warp core. Warp core pressure. Okay. A giant wibbly wobbly line. Yeah. And then to contrast it with a yellow line. Be like science looking at DNA or something. I'll have a few more of them. These paint pens are effing brilliant. I can't believe I forgot I had these. And then let's go for peach. Right. Another thing is, where's my white pen? There it is. We're also going to put a diagonal line in there and a diagonal line in there. And this one, we're going to do a fuck ton of buttons. Oh, no, not with that end, we're not. An L cars curve there. I love the fact that I've got L cars display at the beginning of my stream as well. That's brilliant. I love that. Don't forget the yellow. There you go. Oh, looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. Right, so that's the L cast. Let's do also. Shall we have the ship at red alert with no one on the bridge? Let's go with the L cast. There you go. We can do black line there, black line there, black line there, black line there, black line there. Then the ruler, we can just plunge them in. I've moved slightly with that one. I'm a bit annoyed about that. Doesn't matter. That's good. Right. Turbo lift. Oh, it's not fucking turbo lift, is it? It's bloody observation lounge door. Separate that. Yep. Okay. I'm going to need a bigger ruler here, I think, because we have to put this angle in. And it's a tough angle to get. So I would say I'm going to put a frame around the door. Yep. Just put a frame around the door. Yep. And then it's sort of like a straight line across there, across the top of the door. Yeah. And then if we go sort of like, what is it, that angle? That angle, yeah. You sort of go at that angle. There. And then down. Yeah. Works for me. And then across. How many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So we go one. About one there. Let's do it in pencil. Let's be smart and not hasty. And let's do it in pencil. One there. One there. One there. One there. Yeah, that works. That works. God, it's so hard, difficult to do when there's layers. So let's go. 1. 2. Hit. 3. Bit. 4. And then we angle these down at the same angle as that, and that should pop the wall out a little bit. There you go. That's popped the wall out a little bit. Now for the stations, we want to try and make that go over like that, and then following the same angle there, we go onto there, onto there, onto there, and onto there, and then we just simply put a little line going up there, like that, there, 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 and there. What else else we got? We do have a line around here. It's very, very tough to draw in, so I don't want to rush it. Let's do the detail on the chair. That one has a split. There's a line across there, like so, and a split down there. Yeah. No splits across there. The captain's chair is a little bit nicer. We'll go down like that and across like that, and then we'll put the detail in. Bars 1, 2, 3, 4. We put the under there. Let's try not to fuck this up. This all goes to the end there, doesn't it? Yeah. It's cool. There's an arm that goes down there into there, and then comes up, goes there, goes there. Yep. That goes down there like that. That's cool. That goes there, that goes there. And then you got the headrest, which is separate there, separate there. That's got one that goes down there. It's really starting to pop now, isn't it? This has a thing that goes across there and across there. Yeah. That one goes across there and to there. That one's a bit rushed. A bit squiggly, but it doesn't matter. That one might... Damn it. Got a black square there that we'll cut out. Or grey. Let's stand out a bit. Wonder if that will fit anywhere. As is. Huh, what do you know? It does. Stop it. Might be better to go that way. That would be a bit more like that though. Yeah, there you go. Right, we'll stick that down. Yep. Let's get the detail in on the back pillar. Ooh, nerve-wracking. Sometimes though, you just have to go for it. Meets on the right. Like that. Straight down though. Straight shot down. To about there. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Let's do that. There you go. Yep. One like that. Yep. Let's do that. Line down there and a line down there, just to give some depth. I'm tempted to do the ceiling and put one there. If I can get it smooth enough, otherwise I'm going to fuck it all up. So let's do it in pencil. Almost. Wobbly. Pair it a little bit around the door frame, around the wall. This one's easy because you've got a line to follow. Same to you, same to you. Okay, I think I'm going a bit too far with these lines, so after this one I'm going to stop with these lines because I'm getting too shaky now. May not be adding the right effect to it. Okay. Anything else while I'm looking at it? I'm happy with the archway. Oh dear, not happy with that. It's come loose. Okay. What are we thinking? Put the sign on the door. Yeah. Chairs look okay. I think they've popped quite nicely. What are we thinking? Just the lines down here now, isn't it? Down by the stations. Yeah. Where I think they'd go anyway. Don't need one there. Might need one there. And then it's lines joining on some of them, but not others. So if we go there and there and there and there and there, there and there, and maybe one there. Yeah, and then I'm going to put a red dash as an indicator up in this corner here, and then 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 this corner here. Guys, what do you think? You might not be able to see it too well. I'll see if I can pull it up a little bit. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I don't want to do any more to it. I'm going to put the frame on. Let's stick the frame on. Oh. This must be done right. That really pops, doesn't it? I really wish I had time to do a plaque tile. I might do that at the end when I've got all the 5 bridges and make the lettering and stick them all on. So I won't call this finished per se, but yeah, let's do that. Right. We're not going for a complete glue here. You see these pencil marks? They're on this side for a reason. So let's effing go. What I can do is I can do the ship's registry in the style of the Starship font, because that's what I've got on the thumbnail. Sticking this down is going to be a nightmare, by the way. Let me wipe it. Oh no, we've got to wipe it here. Take it over. Just a tad. Okay. There we go. Finitoed. Oh, finitoed. What do we think? Well, look, is it looking good? I think it's looking good, mate. Guys, I think that's looking pretty damn good. Right, catch up with the chat. Careful, try not to be honest. If it did happen, things were tough. All look the same. Good point. Those look awesome. Oh, thanks, mate. Do you have favourite enemy ship? Klingon, Bird of Prey, Romulan Warbird. I quite like. I like the Jem'Hadar ships. They're quite cool. I was never a massive fan of alien ships. I was always like pro Federation. Best enemy ship would be the Discovery. That's the ugliest. Despite season 3's issues, I still think they did a fantastic job rebuilding the deep breach. That was Liz Klokowski. Brilliant. Ready for framing? Yes, it is done. Looks good. Defo looks hand drawn, but that's a good thing. Yeah. I think that looks fucking. I think that pops really well. That's awesome. Yeah, really happy with that the way it turned out. A little bit of overhang here on the frame, but not the worst. Yeah, I think that's we'll call that a success. I will be doing name plaques for each of them, but we'll do a stream where we just make the name plaques and we stick them all on. I'll keep this in safekeeping. I shall put it with my Defiant one, wherever that has gone. So that's the Defiant one. So the Enterprise one will be pretty much the same, and then we can put them together. And obviously the Enterprise one will be have the Enterprise on there, but that is the Enterprise D bridge completed. Fantastic. All it needs now is the crew, Family Guy style. I've done that. I've done the picture. And in fact, I'm fairly certain I did that as well. In fact, I did. I missed one. I did do it. Yeah. I did it. That is, yeah, there's the bridge. I did that years ago. Mr. Worf's head looks like a fanny. But yeah, spot. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I was really skeptical at first as well. It really didn't look like anything. It really didn't look like it was going to belong at all. But I'm really chuffed with that. Phenomenal. Brilliant. Right, guys, look. we are going out in an hour and 15 minutes. I have to be ready. I'm going all Peaky Blinders tonight. I'll shove a photo in the Discord. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. Very, very much appreciated. Family Guy style. It's got the vibe. It has got the vibe, isn't it? Yeah. Papercraft always does, though. It's very simple. So cool. Thank you, Mara. Maro, look, you really don't need to, throw money like that about. I'm really grateful, don't get me wrong, I really am, but I'm not worth that amount of money. If I'm entertaining you, that's great and everything. I really, really do appreciate. I really do appreciate everybody. I really do. And Maro, I really appreciate the donation, the super chat donation, whatever you want to call it. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. It was very, very, very heartwarming. I don't feel deserving of that kind of money though, so I appreciate it. I really do. So you need to do bits and bobs myself. Lovely to pop in and see you all. Watch Nerd, fantastic. And let me know if you're free on Sunday evening for an evening in 10 forward. Won't be you won't have to stay for a full stream or anything like that. But please let me know if you're up for that. I'll see if we got all the availability as well. But yeah, that's it. We're going to call it a day for that for now, I think. Thank you so much to everybody. Thank you again, Mauro, for that incredibly generous super chat. You didn't need to do that. I will do another Papercraft probably before. I might start one tomorrow. I'll be honest with you. I might start one tomorrow. I don't know. I've got the day free. So let me know if you want to see that. We'll start the Enterprise D. Just to go with this one, and we may actually do the writing as well on tomorrow's stream. Okay, so let me know what you guys want, and I will sort it out. All right, take care, all. Thank you so much, and look after yourselves. Look after one another. Take care. Bye bye for now. I'll see you in 10 forward. Take care. Bye bye.